Do you remember what we talked about? Anyone remembers the players who are playing here? Aha, Anton Kordobov with white, and with black we had famous American Grandmaster Mishra. No, the youngest, one of the youngest in the world. And this is what Korobov achieved, right? In the position, we had something about the knight. If you remember, the knight was on f3, and Korobov brought that knight. Let me see if I can bring up the example from last week. Let's say this very quickly. We were doing Korobov versus Mishra. Yeah, nice to see you, Greg. Also, this is what we had. Some kind of stonewall structure. Mishra played rook f7, and just to make sure that everybody remembers what this was about, let's bring up Korobov's continuation here. All right, you get 30 seconds. That's right, Lyukoko, Chess Art, Dada Apple, Aiden, Razor Build, Xalicia, Crying Face, Arthak, Marcus, I Love Panda, Tori Chess, Richard. A lot of people got this right. Some of you wanted to go to h4 instead, like Brian, Sheng, Ararat, Darial, and so on. It's interesting, but then you give me the extra option of g5. I think that's what we concluded last time, right? Korobov didn't want to allow g5 or with tempo. Okay, we will talk about that. Let's ask Marcus. All right, Marcus, you can tell us what was this about? What was White's best move here? I don't remember. Yeah, no problem, Rohan. Yeah, that's why we are looking at this together. So 91, what Korobov would like to do here, he would like to play f3 and kick away the knight at some point. But also the second plan is to regroup the knight towards f4, depending on what black plays. So if black plays here, like in the game, if we play here simply rook af8, we can use the first plan if we like. We can bring in the knight so that we can hit the pawn on e6, right? Aha. We bring knight to g2, and we're ready to go knight f4 at some point. That's what he did in the game. If black tries at any stage g5, Marcus, now we change plans, of course. We can't do our knight maneuver anymore. Now we can go for the other plan instead, right? Some kind of flexibility in our plans. Yeah, please go ahead, Marcus. I don't think you need to be afraid of the sacrifice. I don't think it's going to work. They don't have enough support for that. Correct me if I'm wrong. Right, Marcus? Sarthak, Rohan, Cookie Monster, Tori, everybody is asking for f3. I think so. I think the sacrifice will not pay off. Correct me if I'm wrong, but not really having enough support. No, maybe we can cut off the queen with f4 or something like that, or maybe there is something smarter that you can find here in this position, or maybe like bring over the bishop, like mobilization to the defense, perhaps. On the other hand, if the knight goes back, anyone, what would you like to play with white? We could try to play e4. You're right, Razor. This would be an interesting plan for white. It's some kind of rejoinder against the stonewall structure. If they take everything, we usually end up with a better pawn structure. I think in general terms, when black has played g5 and h6, it's even nicer to have this, right? So I think you have like a nice endgame advantage here that you can work on a little, or middle game advantage, you would say. White will always be slightly better here due to the weak pawn on e6. So white is much better. I agree, Sarthak. So 91, and as we discussed, he did not play knight h4 because in that case, what black could try is to play g5, and then it's a different story because what would black play here? Anyone? What would black play here? With coherence in what we talked about, they could go f4 maybe. f4 I think is too much. Now I can take on e4, but they could use the other pawn, right? That's I think what the computer was saying on several occasions, that this pawn structure is actually very smart for black because now white can of course go f3, but after that you can't really kick away the knight. This is what the computer likes, and it sends the other knight to the battle also, and black is fine. Nice knight on e4. So I guess that's the reason why after rook f7 he played here knight e1, so he keeps both plans in the pocket. The game was something like that. We talked about this last time, but then he did not push e4. The knight is hanging, so the pawn is hanging, so he played knight d2 first, But then he did not push e4 because now we don't have the same counterplay on the light squares, if you see what I mean, like if g5 was played. So it's important to see the differences, right? Aha. And then he pushed b4 later, says Tori. Exactly. Now he started playing on the queen side instead. So very interesting. Bishop c3 to go b4. He opened up the a file for his pieces, and he found a very funny way to later on attack the pawn on e6. He found a funny way to attack this pawn. Pawn takes. And just for fun, I'll just quiz you for one more move, and then we will continue. Okay, some people are already saying the move in the chat. So great, you have learned from Anton Kordobov, and me too. So have I. Aha, interesting way of attacking the e6 pawn. Not fully usual, I would say, but very powerful. Heuristics, Chalicia, Ryan, Jongjiao, GM, Nicole, Dada Apple. A lot of people got this right. So important to hit your opponent from all angles, right? Like black was doing something on the f file, but white didn't really open up the game. And then suddenly he played here rook a6 and he started attacking from this side. And one way or another, he was already winning a pawn here. Yeah, believe it or not. But this pawn cannot really be saved in a good way. I think also rook b1 and bishop a5 is coming and so on. So nice. Okay, we will turn the page. I mean, we will continue with more examples of Korobov, but examples that we haven't seen yet. So I have something about attack, something about defense, and some complete game also. So we will have a look at a little of everything. Let's do a quick warm-up, tactical warm-up. This is an example played earlier this year, 2024. Korobov was playing black in this position, and I think you don't have any difficulties finding his next moves. But then I will quiz you for an important move here, all right? Let's see. I'll ask you for 3 moves. This is more tactics, you could say, than anything else. So I think 1 minute will be enough for you. Now the warm-up, that was the recap, Liukoku, what we did. That was the recap, so you remember what's the topic. Now we do the tactics warm-up. So, all right. Don't play that. I think I take on c8, right? It doesn't really work. Half a point, Gordon, if you play like that. Wow, we have a winner here. TT 2016. Good for you, TT. Also HDI chess. You got it. All of you who wanted to play bishop g4. Yeah, what can I tell you? Was that really the bishop's maximum potential in this position? I'm asking. No, Razor, your 3rd winner here, bronze medal. Sarthak, you're still on the roll. Sarthak, good for you. King Sam, Alg, 2 more winners. And those of you who have found a solution, you can start thinking what happened next. Once he got into that position, what was his plan after that? All right, King Sam and Alg, you also got it. Razor, we already said that. Ararat, you also found it. So, okay. TT 2016, you were fastest. So let me see if I can find. Wow, many students today. Yeah, hi to Kostya also. Great to see you there, Kostya. All right, TT 2016. So tell us, please, TT. You can move the pieces here. Bishop h3, exactly. Setting up mating threats. Well, not mating threats, but a mating motif, you could say, along the first rank. White's already in some trouble here. You could have put the bishop on other places, like bishop here. I think this is the best square for the knight. This is where the knight should usually go, so that we keep control of several of these squares, but especially g2, of course. So I don't think that is a better move. Yeah, queen moves to h5 or e4. Of course, you're hanging the bishop. So bishop h3, I must say that's fairly evident now. And you can see it goes well with this pawn, so that there is no knight g5. All right, let's see what happened in the game. They played here knight d2, trying to prevent queen e4, of course. That's their point. And you can continue 200 TT 2016. You can continue. Okay, queen b5. Very, very nice angle. You can see that the queen could not use the e4 angle anymore. Now Korobov brings the queen to b5. Yeah, we're not threatening here and we're not threatening there, but the mere fact that the queen is getting closer, it's worrisome for white. Now it's worrisome for white. So What did white? Trying to go to e4. You're right, Sarthak. That's exactly what this is about. This is our destination here. They played in the game rook c5. It was not an easy position for white. And of course, everybody by now understands where he sent the queen. Okay, please go ahead, TT. You can tell us. So in just 3 moves, you can see how this changed now. Black had all the pieces on the back rank, but in just 3 moves, they have suddenly installed some kind of mating mechanism. We have the threat of queen e1. So white needs to do something about this, and they played queen c1. So yeah, thanks, TT. Great work. Do me a favor, please, and write to me in the chat Black's winning plan. All right? Black's winning plan. Yeah, you're talking about age here. How old is everybody here? B5, B4, B3. Interesting. Yeah, maybe you could do that also. I hadn't thought about that. But that doesn't mean it's wrong, of course. H5 says Aidan. That's what he played in the game. Yeah, you're telling me all kinds of plans here, no? But you could actually just use one word. One word is enough to explain the plan here. Yeah, H5 cannot be wrong, of course. H5 is a good move because you give space for your king and you get ready to attack. But with only one word, nobody says the magic word here. Checkmate. No, that comes later. Win, rook, weakness, pawn stall, all kinds of words I get here. King, sacrifice, trade. I don't see the magic word. Okay, I'll give you a hint, guys. The magic word starts with a letter Z. No, the Z letter, all right? And it's German. Now it's Brian saw it. Okay, congratulations, Brian. You're right. What Korobov noticed is that his opponent will very soon run out of moves. Okay, we will come to that. But I thought it was interesting. You can see that in the first place, the queen is tied to the knight, right? The queen is tied to the knight. It's also tied to the e1 square. The knight, what is the knight tied to? It's also tied to something. I guess exactly, Santos and Rohan, crying face, and Ryan and so on. Ararat, queen f3, exactly. So these two guys, they cannot move. The only piece which can move is basically the rook, right? So we need to create some more threat in this position. He started with h5, like many of you were saying. Such a move can't be wrong. No, it can't be wrong. Attack and defense at the same time. Yeah, that's really a classic move, of course, h5. You never know if you put the pawn on h3 or things like that. Computers' favorite move and so on. All right, white played here rook c2, and now he played a rook move. All right? Anyone? Rook move? What would you play? Well, rook d6. Yeah, rook d6 should also win. Some of you were saying things like that. He played in the game like I Love Panda says. Heuristic mind, rook e8. So what's the point, Rohan and Gordon and everyone? Okay, Gordon, thanks. Santos also, everybody understands this. Now there is the threat of rook takes e3. If they take, we can go queen g2. So white had to play here rook c3. And if you look very, very carefully, you will notice that white has no solid move anymore. Because, we talked about this, right? The queen is guarding these two squares. The knight is guarding that square. The rook is guarding this square. So you don't need to be a psychologist to understand what's probably white's next move. Anyone, could you tell me white's next move? If white could move, what would they move? Or should I quiz you on this? All right, I'll quiz you instead. Yeah, I'll quiz you. Too much talking in the chat. Okay, I'll quiz you guys on this instead. So, here we go. You get 30 seconds. Hint. Think about what white will play, okay? Think about what white would play if they were to move and take measures against that. Oh, rook e4. Pretty move. I like it. Maybe you can play like that also. I hadn't seen that move. I don't have any crazy sacrifice. No, knight takes and rook c8. Things like that, no? Wow. Yeah, we'll have to look into that. Nobody played the move that Korobov played. I see. Yeah, never mind. Yeah, or did somebody play it? Sorry, I should check, of course. Marcus and Dada Apple. Yeah, Dada Apple, you're right. Yeah, Dada Apple has understood this. So we have a winner here, 2 winners. Marcus also got it. So, please, Dada Apple, you can tell us. What should we play here? It's a very ugly move. It's very ugly, but it's very strong. I play f5. The thing is that Korobov understood that the only thing the opponent could do here, I cannot play king h1 like some of you were saying because I'm hanging f2, right? The king can't move either. They say Zugzwang is more in the endgame, no, but this is some kind of middle game Zugzwang. So the only move white can play is that one. Stop e4, exactly, crying face. I try to stop. Yeah, we will come to that. That's the reason why he played f5. So that if e4, you would take with which pawn? Exactly, so that we open up the f-file for the rook. That was rook e3, and I think you played queen g4, which is perfectly fine. Korobov, he just went back with the queen to b5 to keep controlling those squares. So I would have thought for 10 minutes. Yeah, sorry about that. Yeah, I can't give you 10 minutes. Then we can do one example today and the one example next week, Racer. I'm sorry. Time is a constraint here. So in any case, that's what happened here. He played f5 because he understood that e4 was coming. But I don't think it's the only move. It's just very practical. If you played something like h4, like many of you were saying, I could maybe go e4. And now if you take on e4, I can take with a knight, right? Because my rook is protecting this square. Correct me if I'm wrong. Yeah, we will come to rook e4. We will come to rook e4. Don't worry. Don't get angry. There is time for everything. Rook e3, and I'm trying to take the pawn, right? So I'm just trying to explain why didn't he just play, let's say, h5, or why didn't he play, h4, or why didn't he play king move? He could have played king h8, right? You would say, for Zugzwang, but then there is e4. So, all right. Now what you were saying, rook e4. Yeah, very pretty move. I'm convinced that he saw that also. So, yeah, I was just curious. I can never do something like this, right? This is never working. Anyone? I'm not blind. No, I'm not blind. I know that this is hanging and so on. I'm just trying to save my skin here. King h7, and I wanted to play knight takes f6. Is this working, anyone? With a good tactical vision. Oh, knight g5. Was that possible also? I didn't say that. Works or doesn't work? King g6, says Brian. But I have some checks here also. I don't know. Can I use them for something, or I'm completely lost here? Anyone understands this? We move the queen, I think, right? We move the queen, and if they move the bishop, well, then they're not mating us anymore. They cannot take like that because we have rook f8. King g5, says Brian. All right, Brian. I understand your point. Knight h7, you have king here. So maybe I should give the check from there instead. So I have that, or that doesn't matter. Or maybe I'm lost anyway. Knight. Yeah, anyone who understands this, please illuminate us. Is there like a draw there if I played queen b1? Let's see. If I played queen b1, yeah, sorry if I'm very slow here. But if I play like that, and you play this, and I play that, and you come here, and I give the check. Oh, I give the check, you play g6 simply, right? Oh, my point was that I would almost get a perpetual here. But yeah, that's a bad argument. Yeah, I understand. But you could also play g6, and I run out of checks, right? So this is crazy. Yeah, I agree, Nicole. I say the same. I just wanted to refute the rook e4 move. 95, you're saying. All right, coming back. You must mean here, right? Rook c8 and knight g5. Okay, so what's the difference here? Yeah, now certainly we have to take. I understand. And now, I understand. Very pretty, very pretty. Anyone? Queen check, queen c2, and then you have rook f8, right? That must be your point, right, guys? We get the point, or no? I think this was the smart point here. Rook f8. Yeah, if I'm blundering mate or something, please let me know. But it seems like white is surviving here, right? Or even white is better, and so on. Yeah. King g6 says crying face. But then we're already talking a different story, no? I mean, now in the very worst case, I can take, and I wouldn't take, though, because... Yeah, then I should have put my queen on b1 instead, maybe, but... Yeah, okay, so it even wins. All right, I can't calculate that fast. Why is this winning, by the way? Winning for whom? No, I don't think it's... Careful, I have a passed pawn on that side. Maybe take the pawn or something. But, I mean, we can stop here, right? And we can just say that black is playing for a draw now, right? They're going for perpetual or something like that. Of course, this is much worse. So, can we agree on that, guys? That rook e4 was very pretty, very beautiful move, but not fully functional, no? And also f5, how many moves do you have to calculate? Like one or two? Extremely practical, no? You just have to look at each one of their moves, and you see that, all right, they don't have any good moves. They have to play e4. The rook cannot stay, there are no squares. And we take, and so on. So, what if rook c8? When rook c8? Now, what you mean for whom? For white, you mean? Yeah, I guess I just take. I take and I go up with the king, or no? Or that's not what you mean? And you run out of moves, I think. You have to go back and I play some move. Now I think I can play any move, like king g6. Is that okay? Maybe. I can't see moves with white here, Rohan, or whoever said this. Yeah, or Liu Koko. I can't see any moves with white. White's in a terrible Zugzwang. Or b5, yeah, but why not b5? Of course, to set up the passed pawn. Queen c2 can never be played due to queen e1, right? Or... Okay, I think we understood this, right? Or should we say something else about it? I think we understood the picture here. So he went on to win the game after f takes e4. And yeah, you saw what happened here. f5. He very smart thinking. Now he saw that e4 was coming. He wants to take, and he won the game in just a few more moves here. We understand. Yeah, exactly. So we will continue. What was interesting about this example is that it was not forced at all. So bishop h3 was the best move by Korobov, but the position is actually equal. He picked a bad square for the knight. The knight should not have gone there. It was better to go to e1, but even better would have been to play something else. So if I'm telling you that queen b5 is a big threat, anyone, what would you play with white? Aha, you should move the queen. Queen c5 is a good move, for instance. We keep the queen close to the king, and we avoid this move. And if I go queen e4, anyone? What would white play, of course? Now we can play knight e1. Aha. Queen e7, I cannot recommend it because it seems black has this check now. So better to play knight e1 here, whoever said that. Yeah, knight e1 is safer. I still have queen b1. So by, how would you say, comparative analysis, you would probably say that, okay, if that's a problem, I better go to b4 instead. If I don't want to allow this, I mean. So queen b4, queen e4, and knight e1. This would be like the safest way. Queen d3, I don't really like that move. To be honest, I don't like it so much, but maybe I should give some argument why I don't like to put the queen there. Could I play like rook d6 and try to swing in the rook like that? Or that I can't do if you put the queen on b4. Or queen h5, says JV Namra. Interesting. Yeah, like it's still hot on the light squares now. Queen h5. Then you have to go knight e1, I guess. And black can try their luck in some way. I thought I could maybe show you just one funny variation from this, if you don't mind. I had one question I wanted to ask in this line. Let me see if I can remember it. So queen b4, we're saying queen b4 would be the best move, right? Queen b4 to stop queen b5. So I have a question here for you. Oh, you have some more moves. Bishop f5. Yeah, maybe bishop f5. You're right. Okay, we will continue. So black could play something like queen e4, and we were saying knight e1. Okay, would be a good idea. But I had a question to you here. I had a question, tactical question. If white, we said queen e7 was bad due to queen b1, but what if white takes the pawn on b7? All right, this will be our last look at this example. Let's see if somebody is clever enough to see how black can win here. It's a little tricky, so be careful, please. I think that's the final position. I would think so. Yeah, I think so. All right, here we go. So basically, black is the quiz running? Sorry, or something happened? There is no time's up. Oh, I don't know. No, I didn't do anything. Sorry. Let me do it again. I don't know what happened. A lot of people here today. Maybe that's why it's the quiz broke or something. Wait for me then. No issues. No issues. I'll try to get it again. Now? Yeah. Sorry about that. Yeah, 1 second. Even for you, it's too little. Yeah. You're very close, HTI. I like your move. You understood the idea. Nicole, Aiden, you're right also. Yeah, that's the right approach. But I think I can go 91, right? In that case. I go 91. Okay, Alg, we have a winner, we have a genius among us. Alg found this very weird variation, some kind of computer variation, not easy at all. and many of you were close also. You saw the idea. Razor, don't play that, right? Queen c8 check, Razor. You have missed my intermediate move, right? I think. Okay, Happy Pawn and Daniel, you're on the right track, but you get mated, Happy Pawn and Daniel. Beware that I can also attack you. That's why I played Queen takes b7, right? So we have a group of winners here. Alg, Brian, Darial, Tori, and Rohan. Okay, 5 winners. Alg, you were fastest, so please share with us the funny solution here to win the game. Aha, Queen d3 first. We are getting closer. We have a big threat now, Queen f1. Don't play King h8. That's the right idea, of course. Speaking of moving the king in advance, but then you give me a chance to defend by knight e1. And as you can see, the black queen there is no entry square right now. So probably white is better here. So good idea, bad execution if you play King h8. Okay, back to Alg, Queen d3. So I'm in big trouble. I can take, of course, but in that case, as you can see, Alg will just move the king, and I cannot defend properly against all these threats. So I'll try to be, at the same time, please notice, flexibility, flexible queen, defending and attacking, right? We understand? So if we play this move first, Santos, you're right, 92. We are trying to make black take on d2. So then we could take on g7, right? Aha, but Alg understood this. Somebody saying my name? Sure, that's my name, Lukoko. Would you like to say something to me, or what happened? King h8, exactly. Now we move the king, and if they take, now this is a threat, right? So if they take on g7, can't I get 5 minutes? Now the c2 spot is open. So you see, Tori, this is like the flexible rook. It's attacking a little, and it's defending a little. The problem here is that it's not defending the knight. And so what can we do about the knight? Yeah, if you go back with the queen, it's too late already, right? Anyone? What would black play here? We know the story already, right? We saw this in the game. Queen e2, of course. And again, we are doing this evil Zugzwang plan against him. Maybe this and that and so on. Like the game, basically. So, all right. I'll take on g7. The queen cannot take, of course, because there is rook takes. But Alg had something. So many people are raising their hands. So, you're saying hello, or is there something you would like to mention? Queen c2, exactly. You see, flexible queen, defending, and at the same time attacking. And by now, it's already hopeless for white. I can make one more move if you like. I'll make one more move. I'll play knight f1, all right? I'll play knight f1, trying to be clever. Okay, Alg, no pressure on you, but now you have to finish off the work. Why does rook c8 not work? Oh, there was a comment here. Why does rook c8 not work? Here, rook c8, I think you can answer yourself, whoever said this. Who said this? JV Namra. All right, JV Namra, tell us. Why is rook c8 wrong? Or anyone would like to help? I'm waiting. Back again. Oh, sorry, the chat is not. Yeah, rook c7, right? Rook c7, I think. Rook takes, queen takes, you take, and I think there is some perpetual here, right? Or no? Queen d8, and correct me if I'm wrong, but this is how do you say? Perpetual, I think. The king cannot go too much up, because if it goes too much up, we will skewer the king, right? Or something. Yeah, so we can't do that. Too long line. I agree, Rohan. It's very long line, very complex line, but entertaining, no? Entertaining how you can use your pieces for attack and for defense at the same time. At least that's the way I see it. Computers are very good with this, so we can learn from them in this aspect. So back to Alg. Are you there still, Alg? Why is everybody raising their hands, by the way? I don't understand. So we are waiting for Alg. Yeah, okay, Alg. You don't have the move anymore. Yeah, you have the black pawn, right? So please go ahead, Alg, while I drink a little more coffee. Nice to see you so random. You appeared a little late, but better late than never. All right, we're waiting here, David Amra. Yeah, rook c8, rook c7, exactly. Alg. You had a soccer game. Yeah, no problem. I hope you scored many goals. So queen c2, exactly. You're right, Alg. Defending, attacking. I tried knight f1. and queen e4. Isn't that beautiful? I find it really, really nice the way the queen works in this example. Now here and there. And yeah, we can make one more queen move, right? One more queen move. That's right. Some kind of, what can I say, boomerang. Now the queen goes here and comes back, and it goes here and comes back. Let's do it all together. Yeah, thanks, Al. Thanks a lot. Something about flexibility when attacking. We will do it, everybody together now in this variation. If white has the bad choice of taking on b7, they actually lose the game if black is clever in their attacking. So please be careful with move order, right? Try to get the move order right. Many queen moves here. I'll add one more queen move, I think. Yeah, I think I'll add one more. Just for fun. Yeah, just for fun, just to make sure that everybody's awake. I'll add one more. Okay, here we go. You get 35 seconds. Okay. If you played king h8 on move 1, I'll play knight. King h8, I play knight e1. We talked about that. Okay, Rohan, Crying Face, Sui, Ryan the Greatest, Hello Liz, Lukoko, Xalicia, Laughing Duck, Ararat, JV Namra, Connor. Yeah, many people got this right. Good for you. Congratulations. Not exactly about Korobov's mastery, because this didn't happen in this game. But I thought it was interesting anyway, to do some tactics and flexibility in the attack and things like that. All right, we'll ask somebody here. I'll just take a name. Chess Knight. Please go ahead, Chess Knight. You can show us this long variation. How does this start? We start by creating a huge threat. Mate in 1. White played a sneaky knight e2, hoping they will take, and then white could mate instead. No thanks, says black. Now comes what we call the preemptive king move, right? The preemptive king move. Good for flexibility. Maybe some of you saw, did you see the game Pragananda Carlsen, maybe? Pragananda versus Carlsen? The king h2 move, maybe? If you saw that, it's the same thing now. It's the same thing. Pragananda escaped from the check in advance, just like Chess Knight 9 is doing here. All right, Chess Knight 9, it's my turn then. I'll take on g7. Please go ahead. Yeah, in Norway, Crying Face, you're right. In Norway. Queen c2, now I'm faced with the big threats here. I'll play knight f1. They cannot use this square, but they can now provoke weakness from me. There is the threat of mate in 1. I still can't take on h7, unfortunately. Black's queen doesn't like to leave that diagonal. It's coming back again. Threat of mate. I'm doing my best to trick black, but no way. No way. They don't get tricked. And in the end, I'll lose my knight. And I get mated. All right. This did not happen in the game, but it could have happened. Why did we look at this? Well, I wanted to show you a little the potential of black's pieces here. Bringing the queen, and we had that nice Zugzwang idea that Korobov indeed used in the game. All right. We did some attack. We should maybe now do some defense also. So this is a game that Korobov played recently in my country, in Sweden. He was playing the number 1 from Sweden. So who is number 1 from Sweden? Anyone knows? Last name of the Swedish Grandmaster, rated 2680. I don't know exactly. Nils Grandelius. That's our top player in Sweden. He was facing Korobov here in this position. You can see that black is having some initiative. The f-file is open for them. They would like to bring more pieces to the attack. Nils Grandelius played here the move knight g6. All right. I think I will only ask you for 2 moves here. Let's see if you can figure out how Korobov continued at this point. Yeah, Nakamura is leading Norway. You're right, Sarthak. Aha, he won a piece there today against Pragananda in some, what was that? Italian maybe? Yeah, I don't really remember. Anyway, I do remember this example. So white is like slightly uneasy here, you would say. Black has the initiative. We could perhaps express it. But he found a smart way of countering this initiative. Okay, I got a lot of moves here. Many, many moves. I Love Panda, you're certainly closest. Good work by I Love Panda. He used your idea. Gordon, you're also very close. Why didn't he play knight g4? Yeah, good question, Gordon. I can't really answer that. Looks like a good move. So we're doing strategy now, right? Strategy. So no long forced variations like in the other example. More about like general understanding. Where should this piece go? What is my opponent up to? How can I take prophylactic measures and so on? So yeah, who got closest here? Let's see. I would say that who was this? Gordon was very close, no, and JV Namro. So okay, please go ahead, Gordon. Tell us if I can find you here. Yeah, how did you continue, Gordon? What was your move? Aha. So from a practical perspective, such moves are really great because you safeguard this pawn on f2. Computers might not always play them when we would like to play them because they can calculate everything and say that okay, bishop takes h3 is not working. I play some other move like knight f1, and if bishop takes a3, the computer says no, it doesn't work. Queen takes, yeah, looks very dangerous. But what would the computer say? Anyone? How would white defend here? Yeah, very easy, right? Rook a2, for instance, or queen e2 maybe. Aha, we can defend against a mate like that. But maybe then somebody says, oh, rook f3, look, we're getting mated. But the computer, of course, can see white's next move here. Anyone? Don't play rook a2, you get mated now, right? So you have a solution here. Bishop e6, says Brian, exactly. So you can play bishop e6. But I mean, how easy is this to see in the game? Yeah, you can see it, of course, but it will take some time and you will need the time later. So if you play a move like rook a2, well, you didn't have to calculate that. And you know that such a move has to be good at some point. Maybe the rook can come here. Maybe if we get f3 in, we can move over the rook to f2. We had an example like that, by the way. Those of you who have a good memory, you will remember that when we met 2 weeks ago, we had an example. Let's see here if I can find it. Thursday, Korobov was playing versus, who was the opponent in this game? Give me just one moment. This game against Sahidi. This is the game we saw. Anyone remembers? What did Anton play at this point? Can I get called next time? Sure. Yeah, if you're first. Hello, Racer. Yeah, tell me, Racer. How can I help you? Exactly, Sarthak, Rabbit, RKDK. I love Panda. Did you get it or no? I remember this. I always get it correct. All right, I love Panda. You said that, so you got your chance now. What did White play here? I love Panda. I always get it correct. Wow, you will become world champion one day, I love Panda. Exactly, rook b2. He brought the rook over here and he played g4. He has some kind of fondness for this move, I think, or for this kind of technique. So anyway, back to our example. Back to 2024. This was played just a few days ago, a few weeks ago. Yeah, so knight e6, and he played here the move rook a2. Yeah, we were talking to someone else here. Gordon, I think. Gordon was talking about this. And after rook ae8, I think Gordon's plan was to play here knight g4. So I think that was okay, Gordon. I like your idea. You bring the knight to e3 maybe. He did not play like this. Yeah, why can that be? Maybe queen d8, knight e3, maybe the bishop comes to c8, and he wants to play with knight f4. So tell me, Racer, what I can hear you. Yeah, I can't look at your messages all the time. There are like 50 other students. Would you like to say something, Racer? f3 instead of rook a2. Yeah, I looked at that also. I looked at that. Yeah, thanks for reminding me. So if you play f3, there was a difference. I looked a little at this. Yeah, I take on f3. You take with a knight. So at first sight, it looks very promising to play bishop takes h3. And please notice, we are calculating. All this is unnecessary if you had the rook on the board. Anyway, this, exactly, Tori, you're right. White has knight takes d5. Yeah, I looked at this, but I mean, how easy it is to see in the game. Queen takes here, and I mean, congratulations. Yeah, congratulations. If this is easy for you guys, good for you. For me, it's not easy to see all this. You can see the last, not very practical. Yeah, you can see the last move here, right? So, of course, the computer and so on, exactly, bishop takes d5, it's hanging here and it's hanging there. So, of course, the computer will tell you that, yeah, no problem, white is winning. But that's not easy to see. You have to see the practical value. In any case, Racer, I looked at something here and I think what black could try here instead, since this is not working, what white could try is to play g4 at this point. And after you take, if you take now, I take back, this is the position where you would like to have rook f2 on the board. That's what Korobov wanted, and that's why he played rook a2, I think. Is that okay, Razor? Is that a good answer, or is there anything else that you would like to discuss here? We're all ears. Okay, so knight e6, he played rook a2. The example is very interesting. Korobov himself said that he felt he was better because the bishop was bad on g7. It's knocking on this pawn on d4. You will see that this bishop will be a problem for black in the whole example. All right, let's continue. They played rook a8. Gradelius brings his last piece to the battle, and now he broke with f3. Very nice move, f3, because ultimately what white is doing here, they're cleaning up this diagonal, like in the Mishra game, right? But Mishra didn't play g5, but that's what he's doing now. He's playing f3 to get rid of black's space advantage, and do this before maybe black gets a chance to play like c6 and d5. So you never lose if you play the best engine moves all the time. Yeah, but how can you play the best engine moves all the time? I wonder, if you're not cheating, of course. f3, e takes f3. Black had to take. He took back. Okay. Question, should we take with a knight or with a queen? Anyone? With a queen, of course. Yeah, if you take with a knight, you run into this move. I remember a game by Mikhail Tal where he used this move. Anyone? Aha, maybe you can go that way also. Yeah, you're right, Rabbit, bishop e1, you're right. Funny move, right? And black is taking over. Mikhail Tal once had a game like that where he played bishop e1, very famous. So, of course, queen takes, and now you can see Korobov's plan. The rook is coming, King h8. Anyone? What would white play here? I'll quiz you for the next 2 moves only. Let's see. Yeah, you need only 30 seconds for the next 2 moves. The first one is easy and the next one is so-so. Razor, can I take on h3 now? Bishop takes h3? I think so, no? Yeah, Richard, that's okay. That's okay, your move. Rabbit, I think it's also okay what you played. But I like his move more. Okay, I got all kinds of moves here. Knight h2. Very reasonable. Also, very reasonable. Okay. Nobody found his second move here. Yeah, no problem. Think of black's weaknesses. Ryan, we have a winner. Okay, you saved me, Ryan. Great. There is hope for humanity. Ryan, the greatest, has found the move that Korobov played in the game. So please go ahead, Ryan. Rook f2. We knew that, of course, was coming. And now comes the very, very nice move. Nice little touch, queen d1. Isn't that great? You can see where that queen is going, right? Going towards h5. And already here you can see that black needs to be careful, no? Because we have some tactical ideas. Exactly. You're right, Rohan. Knight takes d5, pawn takes, and queen h5 is coming up next. If you played it instantly, I think it doesn't work now. I can just take and, yeah, what could be the difference? I can maybe move my bishop somewhere and put my king there or something. Yeah, what happened now? Razor is screaming again. Yeah, what happened, Razor? What's on your mind? Rook e2. You want to play rook e2, bishop takes h3. Yeah. All right. Rook e2, bishop takes h3, and knight takes g5. Yeah, I'm not sure what happens here. I suppose I could take back. You take, and I send my knight to f4 maybe? Can I do that? But you're probably better. No, my bishop is really bad. Or knight h4 is... Santos is proposing knight h4. Maybe that's smarter. Yeah, I don't know. Did you calculate this, Razor, or just streaming in the chat? Not so clear, no? Not so clear. I like much more what he played in the game, honestly. Rook f2. Bring the rook to the f-file, which is always a big battlefield in this game. And after queen d8, queen d1, now for sure knight takes d5 is becoming a big threat here, right? So, okay, what happened next? Here, it seems, yeah, according to the computer, this is where he made a mistake, Grandelius. He should have played d5, but that's not easy for a human to play d5. Question, why is that not easy to play? Okay, I can quiz you, of course, but it's going to be extremely easy. But okay, I'll quiz you anyway. Let's see. If you can find the whole variation, which must have scared Niels Grandelius in the game. Okay, here we go. We can see 5, you're right, also that. Okay, Rohan, you got it in 2 seconds. Aiden, Rabbit, Kind King Sam, Panda, HDI, Ryan, Hollow, TT. Yeah, a lot of people got this right. If you take with a bishop on g5, I go queen d7 maybe, no? Queen d7 perhaps. Okay. Anyway, so random, you also got it. Congratulations, Gordon. That's another winner. Santos, happy pawn. Great work. A lot of people got this right. All right, happy pawn. You can tell us, how would you continue here at this point? Where is happy pawn? Here. All right. The computer said we should play d5. However, I can certainly understand why my compatriot Niels Grandelius did not play like that, because he was not happy to see this. Please continue, happy pawn. Yeah, exactly. And here the problem is that white can sack again. If we take on g5, I think I can play queen d7, and I think I'm more or less okay here. Racer has another question. Yeah, more questions. They're never ending, it seems. Rook takes. Please continue, happy pawn. I think that if he had this, exactly, queen takes d6. So no human will like this position, right? The computer found some way of defending here, but it was even so giving white some advantage. But I think this must be hell to play this with black. It looks very difficult to defend here. So I understand him that he didn't play like that. Yeah, thanks, happy pawn. So in the game, Grandelius played instead g4, but now suddenly he got very weak on the light squares. Korobov took. I have a question. Please, Liu Coco, tell me. And here he played another nice move. Yeah, I'm saying all his moves are good now, but the next move is very nice also. He played here queen f1. Yeah, some kind of artistic move, queen f1. He's just unpinning and he's going to move the knight. Somehow he has discovered that he can do something with his bishop that black cannot do with their bishop. This is really like the illustration of good and bad bishops, you would say. Queen e7, bishop d2, queen e4. All right, guys, who can see Korobov's next move? We will have another quiz here coming up. Let's see if I can get this right. All right, I'll quiz you for the whole game here. Yeah, let's see. Yeah, beautiful. All right, you get 1 minute. Let's see who can see this. Knight g5. How could you play that? Yeah, I don't even know what I should answer on that. I should take on g5. Yeah, what are we talking about? H takes g5. Christmas came early this year, or what? You're giving up a full piece here. I don't understand. I have 2 pieces defending f8, right? Okay, who was closest? Nobody, it seems. Nobody finds the first move. Wow. Yeah, you can learn from this player, no? If nobody finds the first move. Wow, so many moves. It will take, all the evening to check all those moves. Absolutely nobody found the first move. That's really insane. Statistics would suggest otherwise, no? Wow. No, we have a winner here. Hollow Blade. Okay, Hollow, you saved the show here. Okay, we have a winner. Congratulations to Hollow. By sheer statistics, there must be a winner. So Hollow found this move. Multifunctional move, knight e1. Aha, very, very nice. Why did he play that? Well, 2 reasons. Now, 1, he wants the f file. And 2, he wants to play the sneaky move, bishop c2. Yeah, nice. Okay, we can talk for a long time about all the other moves that you told me. But I think he played the best move, knight e1. He saved humankind, exactly. Knight e1. All right, let's continue, Hollow. Yeah, let's continue. Let's see what happened in the game. Is there any move that we need to discuss? Knight h4. All right, let's see, knight h4. Just because it's a flashy move, right? That's why you like it. Knight h4. Yeah, rook takes f2, I guess. You take on... Do you take on g6 or you take on f2? I don't see this clearly. I don't know. You trade everything. Yeah, is that good or bad? I don't understand. Good or bad to trade everything here? I take maybe I put my bishop on f5. Can I do that, or did I get mated? Oh, maybe I shouldn't do that then. Maybe I shouldn't even take. Maybe I should wait for them to take. So what else could I possibly play here? Yeah, I have no idea really. Bishop e6. Can I play that, or is that very bad? Let me know if I'm hanging something. Queen b1. Oh, wait. This was in the air. Thanks, kind King Sam and Gordon and everyone else. Of course, Queen b1. That's maybe also another reason why it's good to put the knight on e1. I didn't say this at all, but you're right. That's an important tactical motif. Aha, I'm refuting my own moves. Yeah, that happens sometimes, you Coco. So, okay, we're back again. Yeah, bishop takes h6. How can that ever work? I don't understand. You find all these crazy moves that nobody understands. What do you want to play next? Bishop c2. Yeah, how can that work? I love Panda. If I move the queen and I protect the knight, by simple logic, how could this ever work? I don't understand. What kind of tactic is this? Yeah, some kind of, oh, I see, puzzle rush tactic. Takes a knight e5. But is it working if I take back? Or knight h4 you want to play probably. Knight h4, that's what you want to play, right? Okay, yeah, what's happening here, Liu Coco? I don't know. Did you just trick me here, or can I move the queen and protect the rook? Queen e8 maybe? I don't know. Yeah, you're trying to fool me here in some way, right? Rook takes, and you wanted to take with the queen, but I take with the bishop. And yeah, white loses. So yeah, come on, let's not lose time with variations like that, if possible. No, okay. So hats off to whoever said this. Who was moving? Hollow Blade. Yeah, Hollow, you found this. So let's continue with Hollow. Not in this position though. Here, right? So, knight e1, we are getting ready to trade off the rooks, and we want to bring the bishop to the diagonal. Exactly. Rook takes, queen takes, big threat. They played queen f5. Will you trade queens or will you not? Yeah, a lot of time on just one example. I agree, Sarthak. Yeah, not my fault. Queen e3, no thanks. We don't want to trade queens because we know that they have the more exposed king. d5. Now we can bring in the bishop. The bishop is down on this side. And finally, I think he won a pawn here. So last move here in this example, white to play and win a pawn. Let's see if we can do that together. You get 30 seconds for that. Okay. Wow. That's a complex example. Yeah, exactly. Al, Crying Face, Razor, Laughing Duck, Sheng, Darial, Aiden, Santos, Awesome Owen, Pop Fisher, Ararat, Connor. Yeah, most of you got this right. Something about the White Queen. That's correct. We will ask Brian on this one. Okay, Brian, please tell us. How would you continue here? We start targeting multiple objects in Black's camp. They had to play here. Yeah, I guess if they play h5, Brian, what do you think White would play? Yeah, not so difficult, probably. You could take the pawn. Yeah, you could take the pawn and take like that. No, I was thinking maybe you could even bring in the knight, no? Or I don't know. Looks kind of nice also to send the knight that way. But yeah, never mind. You can also take. Yeah, he played in the game bishop f5, and we simply win the pawn here. And Korobov went on to win later on this game. So yeah, all right. This was a complex example, but I hope you liked it. Knight g6. Everybody remembers what was the first move here. Should I request this again? I think I'll do that very, very quickly. You get only 5 seconds for this mission, okay? Who remembers? Razor, Suit, Xalicia, Brian, Santos. Because I gave you only 5 seconds. That's why not so many people could find this. Please go ahead, Sui. Tell us, how did you continue here? Too fast. Yeah, not my problem. Some people got it right, like Sui, so it was possible for everyone. Maybe you're doing something else on your computer. That's why you're not fully focused. Exactly. F3, we're breaking up the position. The rook is coming this way later. That's exactly what Korobov did in the game. Pawn takes some kind of symmetrical position, but white was always better in this game. And somehow it had to do with these two bishops, that the light squared bishop was much stronger than the dark squared bishop. All right, time to turn the page. We will look at something else. Okay, iPad, great for you, Aiden. This is a game that was played also earlier this year. He's playing with the white pieces here, Korobov, black, set Cheres. Setcheres played the move bishop e5. Yeah, you can see what black is about to do here. So I'll give you 1 minute to think about how should white deal with this slightly menacing position. No, what to do here? All right, I think it's enough with 1 minute 15. All right, take your time, guys. We are faced with some threats here. You can see black's threats, I hope. What can we do about those? Okay, Sheng, I can give you half a point maybe for that solution. You were certainly on the right track. So you could say also Korobov, he's a master of like counterattack. They are attacking him a little and suddenly he wakes up and he starts attacking himself. Very good with this, like Petrosyan, you would say in his good old days. Tigran Petrosyan would be a fantastic counterattacker also. Knight d5. Oh, can you play that? If I go rook takes b2, Richard, Lily, Tori, Aiden, Ararat, and Hollow. Rook takes b2 and later on queen g3. What do you have against that? I'm wondering, no? I hope you're not creating some kind of self-mate, no? Okay, we have a winner, Racer. Great work. When you stay away from the chat and you focus more on the chess moves, you're doing really great. And some people wanted to play queen f2. Yeah, if you play queen f2, could I play bishop g3 maybe? But okay, we will talk about that. We will talk about it. Darial and RKDK, you're also very close. Yeah, consider yourself winners. Darial and RKDK. Crying Face and the other Apple, you're also very close, but I don't like self-pinning on the e-file, right? I wouldn't do that. Alg, also very close. So, Racer, please go ahead. Tell us, how would we continue here with white pieces? How can we seize the initiative? We are tired of defending and now we want to attack instead. Exactly. We play f4. We stop queen g3. We don't care about losing a pawn. We look at the opportunities that we can get here. We could take in two ways, but Racer wants to take with the queen. It's evident now. Racer has discovered that now, in the absence of a black fianchetto bishop, we can actually start playing for an attack. They played rook b takes e4. We have one of these typical moves. We attack and defend at the same time. You see, defend the bishop and getting ready for some attack on the g file, perhaps bishop f2 followed by rook g3. Black played here king h7, and I'm impressed that you could find also the last move with such little time, Racer. But great work. Rook a1, last friend to the party. You can see that now we're targeting the pawn on d6. All right, so back to business here. All of those who said other moves, let's talk briefly about that. Knight e5, if you said that, I don't understand. What was your reply to rook takes b2, followed by queen g3? I mean, I have like 4 pieces in the attack already. So that must be kind of dangerous, no? Unless you can prove otherwise. Rook takes g2 is coming also. I didn't say that, Kind King Sam. You're right. If queen d1, perhaps this is the most forcing way to play. Yeah, white to play and lose, that sounds like. Knight d5. If you played queen f2, I think I would play bishop g3, yeah. Right. One thing we didn't talk about this pawn, right? There is a white pawn on c6, so this is a passed pawn. It can be important later, no? That's one of the reasons also why Korobov says that, all right, I can give up a pawn because later on I will have my passed pawn down. Any other move that you would like to discuss here? I don't think so, no. This must by far be the best move, f4. So yeah, let's see what happened after this move, f4. Bishop d2. What kind of move is bishop d2? Sorry, I don't want to be negative or anything, but any move that allows queen g3 must be bad, right? Or I wanted bishop e1. You want to live or you want to leave this planet? Bishop here? I don't understand. Scary now, scary. So it's only one pawn. It's only one pawn that we're giving up, right? Only one pawn. f4. It's a small prize as we had in the other class, if you remember. Small prize. One little pawn. We had one extra pawn anyway, right? Or no? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Oh, no, actually not. Actually not. Okay, so we're down the pawn, but look at all the initiative that we got now. Rook takes. Racer said rook f3. That was king h7. Black takes prophylactic measures and rook d1. All right. Let's continue. What happened after that? They played in the... No hard feelings. Sorry, whoever said... no, please stay on this planet. Yeah. I'm just saying we don't want to defend like that if we can go for an active defense, right? It's always nicer to defend attacking, I think, for most of us. So anyway, they played at this point queen e7, bringing home the queen, putting some pressure on this bishop. And anyone, can you tell me White's next move here? Yeah, easy. No, easy. White's next move. Attack and defense, no, what we really like. Exactly, Rohan, you're right. Bishop f2. The bishop was attacked by the black rook. And now we get ready to send our rook towards g3. Black played at this point bishop f5. They are defending quite well. At this point, if rook g3, they were probably going to play rook g8, I suppose. So what Korobov did here, he changed a little his focus, and he played the move c7 here. He played c7. So anyone, could you please explain why did he play c7? Anyone? Aha, to get queen f6, Razor and Tori, Alg, and everyone else. Exactly, Gordon, to distract Ararat. Everybody found this. Aha. We play c7 is like the principle of two weaknesses, no? They have to look after this pawn, but they also have to look after that square. Very clever move, c7. I think the computer was saying something else, but yeah, we don't really care. What did it say? Yeah, just for fun. If you're a computer, you can find this variation. Rook d5, bishop e6, rook g3, f6, and rook takes d6. Yeah, congratulations if you're able to see this and you can actually understand that White is winning here. For me, not easy. Why do you think this is winning? Well, if rook g8, how would White win here? Anyone? Yeah, not difficult. No, we just cash in. You're right, Richard. Rook takes. I cannot take like that. I must take like this, and we just cash in. Exactly. But I mean, quite easy to see when we move the pieces. But I would say completely impossible to see at the board. And also, if you have a good move like c7, yeah, don't waste your remaining 6 minutes of 7 on calculating some obscure line with rook g3 or rook d5. So very nice practical move, c7. He played here in the game Setzeres. He played rook e6, bringing back the rook to block on g6 and also stop queen f6. But Korobov had something calculated here. Rook g3, rook g6, and maybe here we could check the continuation that he used here. All right. I think I will just quiz you for, let's see how many moves. Let's see, something like that. Yeah, that should be enough. All right, you get 50 seconds. So yeah, the less time on the clock, the more practical you have to be, right? That's what I'm saying. Don't calculate crazy variations if you're down to 5 minutes. Try to be practical. Okay, rook e1. I like that move. Yeah, he did not play it though. What would have happened if rook e1?